Whether you've got a drift car, a show car, a jacked up truck, or just a really nice daily, there's always one way you can make it have that next level of style. Throw some underglow on that bad boy. Be able to make sure that you use not just any product, but glow towed products. Why is that? Well, they come with pre terminated connectors and lines, which means no crimping, soldering, or wiring involved other than hooking up to the battery. That's right, this is not your granddaddy's LED kit. They use 3M adhesive strips. They have all the mounting hardware to be able to use on multiple surfaces, detailed instructions, and a bunch of different freebies included in every order. Now, how do you save some money? You go to their website, www.glow-toad.com, and at checkout, make sure to use promo code THEDIRTDROP to be able to save 10% off your next order. To be able to see more of their work online, check them out on Instagram at Glowtoad Lighting.
And that, kids, is why you shouldn't light bleach on fire in a contained environment, because mustard gas is no joke. Welcome to another episode of the Dirt Drop Podcast. My name is Chris DeBoard, and I have a dear friend of mine tonight as a guest. But he's not just a dear friend. He has been a focal point in the drifting community, not just on the East Coast, but in this country for over a decade. He was drifting one of the coolest Japanese cars alive when everyone was still running around in 240s and nonsense. He has been able to make himself not just somebody who is still talked about, but still pioneering into the future. He is Mr. 945 Garage. Can you please give us a warm welcome for Mr. Danny Domenech? What's going on, brother?
What's up, dude? What an intro, man. Oh my God.
I mean, I didn't say nothing that wasn't wrong. I mean, you've been doing stuff from day one that people would have had to build up into in their 5th, 6th, 7th, 10th year of drifting. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. I've been at it for a long time, and I'm still having fun. So,
Well, speaking of being in it for a long time and still having fun, how did Danny get into drifting? And really, what has brought you from day one to where you are now? Give us a breakdown.
dude, so I'm gonna take you back. We're gonna go back to.
I was there, but take everybody back.
No, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to where I didn't like drifting. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah. So I started back building cars when I was really young. Volkswagen Beetles. I mean, that was my first car that I bought with my own money, and I put that together back in El Paso, Texas. I'm originally from Puerto Rico, born
Okay.
there, and I moved to El Paso, Texas. But when I was in high school, I got, just a regular job, and I bought my own car, and my first car was a Volkswagen Beetle. First car,
Okay.
and a couple of years later, I got older, and I was like, got in the military, U.S. Coast Guard, and moved off to Puerto Rico, and then I got stationed in Miami. In Miami, I hung around with a bunch of guys that like 240s. So South Florida, 240 SX Club down there in Florida. We just hung out and we built 240s. I had a 97 Koke and a silver moss, really rare,
Ooh.
on work, C archives, bronze. So that was my car down in Miami. So
That's like the Millennium Jade that we never got, right?
like I want to say, I don't even know how many cars in that color were made.
Couple hundred, maybe.
Possibly, yeah. It was a real rare car, and I was more into like autocross and like shine the car. It was KAT, and that was like my thing. I was like, I'm gonna keep this car really clean, and I hate drifting because it looks dumb. I was like, these guys are idiots.
All right,
But
what year is this? Let's get perspective. What year is
we're
this?
talking 2005.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
That's when kind of drifting in America was starting to kick off, and on the East Coast, and there was a group of guys in Florida, down in Miami, South Florida Drifters. That was another group there. They used to drift. I forget who was in there, but there was a lot of good guys that are still around. And yeah, I was like, we never hung out because I was like, that is dumb. Why would you want to do that? So then fast forward up, I get orders to Virginia, come up to Virginia, and I'm still not drifting. I'm like, all right, my car's cool. I'm just gonna take it to little shows here and there. And then I met guys from Sumo Speed. So Team Sumo Speed down in Virginia Beach, they're a big car club, and they were basically starting off at that beginning, 2005, 6. Like we go way back.
We're talking 20 years here now.
20 years, dude. 20 years of like doing car stuff together as a group. Yeah. Long, long time. So I hang out with those guys and they're doing car stuff, car shows, meets and blah blah blah. And then I was like, I used to autocross out of Miami, so let me take my car up here and just do a couple of autocross events. That's what I was into. My car was set up for autocross, and that's what I liked at the time. So I'm going, and when you autocross up here, they have this like radio station you can put on your car, and the
Okay.
announcer's talking like, "Hey, great time," and he's telling you to run. So on one of my runs, I took a corner way too fast. The car slides out, and the guy goes, "Oh, look at this guy, he's a drifter," and I was like, "Ah, dude." I was in pain, brother. I was like, okay, whatever, bro. So I'll tell you, take my car home, whatever, clean it. The next weekend, and this is gonna be 2006 now, 2007. US Drift was holding an event down at Pungo Airfield.
I was about to say this is Cloverleaf or Pungo you're talking about.
Pungo,
Yeah.
it was early Pungo days. I go out there and I'm like, oh, they call me a drifter at the autocross place. Hey, maybe I could do it, right? So I go up there, and that's when I meet Brian Eggert. I meet Collins, Schneider, all the OGs there that are still doing the thing. Jerry and his S13, SR20.
Oh my God. You want to talk about a throwback?
Yeah, so these guys are like killing it. I'm like, I can do this. So I go out there, dude, and it's like first, second gear, third, chuck it in. And the courses back in the day, so it's all cones. It looked like an
Right.
autocross track. Like you could hit a million cones. That's how Eggert used to line it up. There wasn't no what do they use now? Flour, baby powder, or
Yeah. The course. Yeah.
Yeah, they line it up with powder now. Back in the days, no, he had like a million cones out there. They must have been on sale because he had that many out there. But
pre-inflation, pre-tariff.
Yeah, dude. So we drove my car there. That's what we did. I didn't have a trailer or a truck. I drove there, and I go out there, dude. And it's like I cannot even do one turn. That was terrible. I was
Spinning
like,
out or understeer? What was the issue?
Out, pushing the front, like understeering. And mind you, bro, I have a snap nose, like SR20 at this point, because I upgraded from the KT. Like the car was set up, wide line sway bars, coilovers, but I didn't know how to do it, right? So then I get out there, and I'm just trying, like everybody else does. When you're brand new, you just try, dude. Just go out there, and bring some tires, do what you can do. There was no sim, like we have now. And I go out there and I just do terrible, like half the day. But the cool thing about like drifting, right? If you're having a tough day, one of the OGs, one of the guys that are there, are gonna be like, "Hey, let me teach you something," And if you're a good person and just want to listen to somebody that's done this, and we're talking about 2006, like this is just starting off, And there's a couple of guys ripping, so I'm like, okay, well, let me take this guy's advice. And that guy was Daniel Summers, Pirate Dan. I don't remember.
No way.
Redhead, Air Force. He was stationed in Japan. And when he came back over here, he had his brother's car, SR20 car, and he would rip in that car. And I'm like, "Man, what are you doing?" He's like, "Let me just jump in the car and see what it does." So I'm like, "Sick, dude. Let's get in there," Because I didn't know what to do. I thought it was I was like, "Yeah, this car sucks." Just like most guys say, this car sucks. But they don't want to admit that, nah, bro.
Driver error.
Yeah. Stop getting mods, do yourself a mod. Go out there and get some seat time. So I go out there and I'm like, all right. So I go on my passenger side, riding shotgun with him. Bro, and he kills the entire track. Like I'm telling you, he's just like flicking here, flicking there, boom, third gear, and I'm just like, all right. He's like, he told me, he goes, don't change anything on this car. He's like, "There's
No
nothing wrong with it." He's
way.
like, "Just leave it the way it is." And I was just like, "All right, so it's me." So it's me, you know? So from there, I got the bug, you know? I'm like, "Oh, I gotta try this." You know, took a couple of seasons to try it out, and, you know, the for us back in the days on the East Coast, there wasn't that many events, you know? You had to, like, drive places, do like, 3 hours, 6 hours. We didn't have any event like we do now, like, every month, basically, or every week, we could go drive anywhere, you know?
Within 2 hours of our house, there's an event, 1 or 2 events every
Oh,
week.
here, like, in Virginia, like, if you live anywhere in Virginia, I mean, I could throw any weekend, right? 6 hours away. What's in 6 hours away from here? E-Town. I mean, we can go south, CMD, we can go
Yep.
east, I mean, west, whatever, we know there's a lot of places we can go to because we live here in Virginia. It's kinda central, you know?
Right.
There's no excuses up here, like, you just go and drive. That's why a lot of guys get good here quick because you just have
Yeah.
that opportunity to go anywhere.
Yeah. We're
So,
not like guys in Iowa who have to, like, 8 hours is the closest track, and
yeah,
they
if
have to
I
leave,
did
like, on
that,
a
bro, like,
Thursday.
yeah, I'd be like, "No, I'll just give the keys to my truck somewhere." I'm like, "Imma fly out. Somebody drive my stuff. I'm just gonna fly out." But no, so then, yeah, so like that led into meeting other people, you know, like back in the days, Troopy and just a bunch of guys, you know, a bunch of guys that I met and just like, all right, what's next? You know, at that point, like everything back in the days, like 2008 was like the forum days, right? Where you just
Yep.
like build a rad car, the baddest thing you can build online, and then go drive it. So like for me, it was like I just want to learn the skill how to drive, but I also want to build something crazy. And then at that point, 2008, I think I found my FD,
Yep.
right? So it comes the RX-7 era, and I'm just like, I don't know anything about rotaries, but I'm Puerto Rican, so what? That's in my blood, dog. Like,
I was about to say, you bleed
yeah,
two-stroke,
yeah,
and
yeah,
you've got a rotary heart.
yeah. So we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure this out. I used to hate V8s, you know, just the way the noise, and I'm just like, this is terrible. It sounds like a tractor, and I need something cool. So now back in the days in 2008, you know, that era, 10, 12, it was not hard to stand out because everybody was just learning, you know?
Yeah.
Like we were all learning. And for me at that point, it was just like, all right, what do I want to build out of this car? Like, I like BN Sports. So I had to get that kit, you know.
The blister kit all day.
No, not blister. It was actually just the front bumper, side
Oh,
skirts.
really?
Yeah, I didn't like the blister. The blister was too wide. I was just like, that
Ah,
looks
okay,
terrible.
okay.
Look at the big old bubble.
Fair, fair.
And the car was black. So I was like, all right, we're just gonna slam this thing, like drag skirts, and have gram lights, like luminescent wheels. That was the first edition of that car. I was like, we're going out with this. Rotary, making like 500 horsepower on a stock transmission. We're gonna go get this. And a stock rear too. Cause that's what we were doing back in the days.
With the PPF still?
Oh, what?
Like you
Oh
still
yeah,
have the
wait.
PPF?
Oh yeah.
Oh my
We're simple.
god.
We were simple back in the days. You know, cut knuckles. That's all it was. And I think all
We had the
stock
same build. I just didn't want to make sure we were both just as crazy.
no, yeah, yeah. And like it got crazier. It got crazier. But then that was the initial build, and I was just like, oh, we're just gonna have fun, you know.
Yeah.
And that car was a street car, and freshly painted. We take it out 2009, I think it was. We take it out to Blackwater. Remember that? It was in Moyock, North Carolina. It was like a training center, still open, but they don't do track events over there anymore. But it was US Drift, Dan Summers doing the events there, and we would go. So we went this one time, dude, and it's like, what was it? It was freshly painted, BN Sports. Like, it was looking crazy fresh. We go out there, dude, and it's me, Noob, Troopy, bunch of OGs, bunch of guys from Sumo Speed, Judah, Reed. We're all out there, like,
Wow.
yeah, it is early, early. So we're like all drifting out there. And then starts raining, dude, pouring rain. And then I'm one of those people that I'm like, I don't drift without bumpers. Like when I go on track, it has to be like one piece. Like if I blow it all off and it cracks and everything, that's my bad, dude. Like those scars I'm wearing, you know. So I was like,
But
I'm
it's
not.
going on track one piece.
Yeah, it's like it's coming on track and coming off track one piece, right? So I'm with the wife and she's all into it. She's like, "Oh hell yeah, that car looks good." She's like, "Hey, before you go out there, why don't you just take off all this fresh body kit, front, rear, side skirts, because there's nobody here in the press, you know, like back in the day, we're like, you know, I don't think we had GoPros. I mean, there was cameras and you know, real shitty
3
cameras.
spectators.
Yeah, it's like, you know, like a 420p or whatever. Like it wasn't gonna look good. But to me, I was just like, this stuff matter. Like, style to me matter. I was like, nah, we're not going out like that. So I go out there, dude. First lap out in the rain. I'm like, and I'm getting good at this point. I'm like, oh, I'm decent, you know. Go off track, dude, to like a mud pit. The whole thing, I mean, explodes. Front bumper, side skirt, rear, explodes. And you know what the wife's gonna say, right?
Lily is right a couple of times in her lifetime, and this was one of them.
Oh, a lot of times, yeah. She said, I told her so, you know. She's like, oh my god, why did you do that? So you know, so I was like, all right, well, you know what, I can fix it. Like I built the motor, I painted the car, like I did everything myself because I just wanted to learn. Like in drifting, you gotta pick up all these tools, you know, how to be a mechanic, how to troubleshoot, electrical, paint. You know how it is. Like, if you
Absolutely.
don't do this thing, you better have good pockets. Like, your pockets better be deep and not afraid of
Or
spending.
bring everyone with you to every event
Yeah, yeah.
that
Or,
knows
you know,
these
bring your
things.
homies, bring your help. You know, or have friends
Yeah,
that know how to do things. You know, and with the sumo speed and now drift sumo speed, we have that. Like, you know, we have a guy that paints. We have a guy that does fiberglass. Me. You know, we got guys. You know, Zach. He has a shop. Like, so we have a lot of things that the whole group can, you know, provide for each other to help each
right.
other out. And that's how it's always been. But, you know, I always was about to always wanted to learn how to do something, you know. I get a quote for a cage. Oh, $4,000. I'm like, I'm just gonna buy a tubing bender and I'll figure it out, you know? And that's what I did. I learned how to weld. Like that's how I did it, you know. And you know, back in the days when I was building that RX-7, it was more about the build than anything else for me.
Absolutely.
Like, what can I learn? And I'm gonna go take it out on track and see what it does, you know. And I build. I think by the time that car was blue, because it went from black to blue, and that story, that's a good one, because we're sitting there, right, and I had gotten pulled over on the street, rotary, it's loud, like, because it was a street car,
Yeah.
and I was just like, all right, we're drinking beers, Coronas, at my old house, and it was me, Rasmo, Eric, and we come out there and we're like, all right, so
You got to be like early 30s, mid 30s at this point.
I was young, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
yeah, yeah, yeah.
28 maybe. Right?
No, 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 no way. Like what, 2008 or
Yeah.
2010?
Yeah, I don't know the math, dude.
I'm just saying, I remember when you painted that car because I saw the color come out and I was like, oh, this car means business.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Like
So
when you
yeah,
see
so
the
that
color with the kit and before you did the livery, just the color with the kit,
sick.
that was like, oh, this
Oh,
thing
sick. Yeah.
F's hard.
Yeah, so I was getting a lot of inspiration from, like, Japan, right? I was looking at, like, what they were doing because that's what we were doing at early in the days was, like, what's cool? Because we didn't know what was cool. So I was just like, I know BN Sport is cool, so Imma get that.
Dude, mid 2000s D1GP created some of the most aggressive, amazing, wonderful inspiration that I think catapulted American drifting right when it was coming off. That's my opinion, but I don't think I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong, dude. That's all that was everybody's inspiration. Like, how we can
Yeah.
make our stuff cool, you know? Some of the young guys were just like, I wanna be like Fast and the Furious, but, like, I wasn't never into that, you know? I was into, like, the OG stuff, like,
Right.
I wanna build a drift car that was cool, so we did that, you know, like so we take the car off the street because I'm getting tickets now. It's too loud, too obnoxious, and, we're sitting there and we're like, "Ah, what are we gonna do with this car?" And mind you, going to events back in the day, it was hard, so you only had, like, seat time was maybe, what, 5 times a year? Like, you didn't get what you get now. We didn't drive that much, you know?
Well, and if you're not trailering, you can only carry maybe a spare set of tires
Yeah,
and your jack and your stuff like that. So, I mean, there's only so much you can take to a drive and drift event.
right. So, I mean, I wouldn't take my RX-7. We took the sunroof off of it, and I would put two, like, bar stones, like T-37s, strapped on top of the opening of the sunroof, dude, and I would drive through the track like that. And I would show up, and they'd be like, "What are you doing, dude?" I'm like, "I don't know, dude. We're just doing it. We're just doing
It's
it.
locked in. We're good.
Yeah, we're just gonna, merge like 2 tires and go home on the other 2." And that was it. Yeah, so we're sitting there, dude. I was like, "All right, we gotta take this car up the street 'cause it's just too much." So then we get there, dude, and I'm like, my buddy had a plasma cutter, and we're like, "All right." And me, I'm
Okay.
a fucking idiot. I'm like, "Yo, guess what? We're going pro." And I was like, so that night, dude, we bought like 2 cases of beer, and we stripped down the whole RX-7, dude, like bare chassis. I'm pretty sure I got pictures of it. We took a plasma cutter and went from we read the formula, dude, like rule book and everything, and said, strut tower to strut tower. So we just like, and we're talking about like clean
No.
idle FD, bro. We chopped this thing up like boop boop, and we're sitting there. We could pick up the car because it's so light now, and we're moving it around the shop. And I was just like, dude, we gotta build this, you know. I was like, I gotta build this, dude. Like, oh, what do I do? So then it was just like, all right, I guess we're just going pro or pro am at the time, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna do it. All right. So then we built the car. Put it back together, weld everything. It took forever because if you cut a back half or a front half, now you gotta figure out where to put the lights. You gotta make a harness. It's
Well,
insane.
and panel alignment to make sure you can get close to
Panel
factory as possible, and then your hatch, because with that hatch and that everything, it has to seat properly or it'll be
Yeah,
off, and then it hits a bump and that glass is gone. You got a
it's hard.
Lexan, like, I mean, dude, it's a whole thing.
No, mine was glass. It still had the glass on it. But
No.
I had a bulkhead all the way to the top, aluminum bulkhead that had a rubber piece. So the hatch will like seal on that.
I give you the golf clap, kind
See,
sir.
guys,
That is
I mean, what we're doing,
incredible.
like the stuff that's going on now, it's crazy. They're like buggies, 1,000 horsepower
Yeah.
buggies, you know? Like I
Yeah.
wasn't doing that, but my car was like, I think we put on the scale, dude, and it was like, I think 2,200 pounds. Yeah,
With done?
done. Like fueled up, everything. It was like
So
2,200,
you had a Miata with 500 horsepower.
550, yeah. It was insane. Yeah, yeah. And then the right wheelbase, the suspension all worked. It was crazy. So then we
And
did.
that thing competed for a couple of seasons in Pro-Am.
So yeah, so we went out. We would go out and break the transmission every time. I go out there, boom, transmission gone. Never happened. Nothing ever happened to the engine. There's like I think I built that engine, and then Mike Vargas helped me build an engine. We put one together, and I never had engine problems. And it's a rotary, right? Everybody's like, "Oh my god, the rotary."
Yeah. Apex seals and corner seals and side seals,
Never,
man.
never, bro, never no problems. You know, and it was always transmission. So I ended up getting a dog box for the car. I found a guy on what's that website? It's like a race junk website.
Yeah. Racejunk.com.
Yeah, that place. I found a guy that was selling NASCAR dog box. I went out there and I was like, he's like, yeah, $2,500 for the T101.
T101. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
X Racing T101. I was like, oh, I'm signing me up, dude. I was like, who sells adapters, you know? So I found the adapter for the rotary, blah blah, stuck it together, dude. That thing made that car so much enjoyable. I was like, I wasn't.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, and your drift car should do the same. Let's be honest, there are so many wheel companies out there. It is definitely hard to choose from. But if you want fair pricing, great customer service, and a super quality product, look no further than Stage Wheels. Out of Richmond, Virginia, Stage offers 4 different wheel styles in multiple offsets, bolt patterns and sizes to fit your application. Even better, use promo code The Dirt Drop for 10% off at checkout at www.stagewheelsna.com to be able to save on your next order. Also, be sure to check them out on Facebook and Instagram, Stage Wheels.
Breaking anything. The only thing I ever happened to was getting a clutch, because the clutch had to go
Yeah.
from a different spline to like a pressure plate. So I was having problems with that. I think the first time coming out untested, right? Because we just I didn't have time to go test, which is terrible, right? Nowadays, like guys, like, all right, we're gonna practice in the sim. We're gonna go shake it down. No, dude, I was like,
Rent a track for a
rent,
test day,
rent
bring the
the
homies
track.
out, make sure we do
No, dude. So
tandem practice. Yeah.
my first main event was like uh, 2014 or 13 XDC event at
Hmm.
Hyperfest at Summit.
Yep.
I'm in Summit, Maine, with Chelsea Sanopa. It was Jeff Stoneback,
Yep.
Dapper Dan, James Evans from Seki. I mean, a bunch of rippers, dude. And I'm just like, all right, you know,
Well, you had
that's
Nate Braz was still in that.
Hank
You
Brad
had, I
was
mean,
in
yeah,
there.
Chris Katruppi when he, even before the Supercharger, when he was just going full
Yeah.
KAT, LOL.
Oh
I
God,
mean,
yeah. Brandon, Matt Martin.
hmm
There's so many good dudes back that day. So like I line up, I go out there, I'm like, you know what, I got a rad ass car. Like this is gonna work. Like the crowd was just like, I had no pressure. I was like, whatever, I'm going out here and I'm just gonna kill, dude, whatever. Go out there, dude, first lap out, clutch. No. And the funny part was like the car would kind of work. So it would just look like a real shitty run. Like I didn't know what I was doing. And I got one of the coolest, sickest pictures coming out of the main from Flim Flam. He
yeah,
shot a great picture coming out of that corner, like, and it looked like I was just killing it. And I was like, man, thank you for that picture. Because I wasn't.
I'm holding on for dear life,
Yeah,
brother.
so I like I completely like botched that run. I didn't qualify. I went and parked it, and like all the boys were there. All Sumo Speed, like we had a tent because this is where it started Hyperfest with us and US Drift, the party event,
Mm.
the
Yeah, yeah,
DJ and
yeah.
all that. Because we had the whole like set up camp with them, so we always party together. So it took me nothing. I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna just go park and go drink beers.
Drink beers, eat hot dogs, and hang out.
Oh yeah, throw hot dogs with people, just doing crazy stuff. So it was that was the era of the FB. Like it was fun, but it got to a point where it was like, you know what, this is too much. Like it's not affordable anymore. I was
It
running
stopped
race
being
cars.
fun. That was the biggest thing I saw from you. Like you stopped having fun with that
Yeah,
car.
yeah, it wasn't fun anymore. It was like
Yeah.
to a point, and I tell that to a lot of guys now. I'm like, what are you trying to do, bro? Are you trying to have fun, or are you trying just to blow money?
Yeah.
There's no balance really. You know, you're
Well, to
only
be
gonna
fair,
oh,
you could have put 20 grand in that FD and it would have been fun again.
oh yeah,
But
yeah. Like I
do
mean,
I want to put 20 grand to do 5 laps or,
yeah,
like
yeah. And I was only making like 550. Guys now make 1,800 at grassroots. I'm like, what are y'all doing, bro? Like,
yeah.
I was like, just grip your car up, and you still keep up with the fast part.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's kind of where my segue is. So I mean, obviously you were running with 550 back in 2014 in a rotary with the GSR dog box or the 101A. Uh, You grew into things. You had the LSLS for a little bit, which was a lot of fun. Which was an LS 400 that you put a Chevy LS swap into with the 6-speed. Reed, I believe, had that car for a minute, and then it moved on. But now you are in a Corvette.
Yeah.
C6, I hate V8s, and then now I am
Oh,
in one of the weirdest sounding Corvettes on the East Coast.
and
Let's talk a little bit about your vehicle now, because I think you've been trying to grow into what you have from what you just first bought. So
right.
talk
So
about
I
that
took a
progression
break.
a little bit.
Yeah. So I sold everything in like 2015, I think. I was kind of burnt out from everything. I was like, all right, bro, like someone's gotta change. Like this drifting's cool and I'm having fun, but it wasn't giving me that like this is it. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't having fun no more. So I sold everything, dude. I sold the trailer, the truck, the car went down to King Performance. Willie, he's got it. He put a big old V8 twin turbo thing on it now. Sounds terrible, but
It's
he knows.
definitely not your personal opinion or anything, right?
No, he knows that. But yeah, so I sold that and I didn't care. I was like, whatever, taking a break. Like I had no problems not coming back, you know. And after a year, you know, we went out, settled down, bought a new house. I was just chilling at the house, like doing the yard thing, you know, the nice grass. And I'm just sitting there with an empty garage, dude. I'm like, man, what am I gonna get, dude? Like, I have this itch again, right? And then going through Facebook, dude, like I find this RX-7 FB. You didn't know about this one. So 1 year later, I'm like, should I do this? I already know what's gonna happen. So I buy this RX-7 on marketplace for $9,000, running and everything.
I'm leaving. I'm done. The
Dude,
F
yeah.
this whole
The
thing.
only thing that it was bone stock. The only thing that was messed up was the paint. And I'm like, OEM wheels, OEM suspension, everything was bone stock.
What color was it?
Red.
Oh, VR, Victor Red.
Yeah, yeah. So it came
Okay, all
out
right.
of Northern
Decent
Virginia.
color, decent color.
The
Yeah.
guy was leaving to like, I don't know. He had to sell it. He's like,
Okay.
just give me whatever. I'm like, I'll give you 9, dude. And he's like, oh my God. You know how it is. When you lowball somebody,
Oh.
I'll take it though. Like whatever. So I got it, you know, and I drove it back. Like I drove back 2 hours. Fine.
Okay.
Drove back and I was sitting in the garage and I'm just like, I had it for a month, dude. Because I looked at it and you start doing like the math, right? Start doing the boy math. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I need this, I need that. And I was like, by the time I was done with that list, dude, I was like, I'm 50K.
Easy.
Easy for like a fun car. I was like,
And not even including the hours.
oh no, this is just parts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was like, I don't want to do this again. So then I put the car up for sale. I'm like, FDs are going up in price, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
And this guy hits me up and he's like, hey, I'll give you 15 for it. And I was like,
That's I was just about to say 15K, right?
yeah. So he's like, I'll give you 15 for it right now. And I was like, write me a check, brother. And he goes, are you serious? And I'm like, you write me a check, it's gone, dude. I'll deliver it. And he's like, well, I'm in Cali, but my parents are in Virginia Beach. I'm like, what do you want to do? He's like, drive the car from your house to Virginia Beach. And mind you, I live about an hour from Virginia Beach. Drive it there. When you get there, give me a call and I'll send you a check to your bank. Tell my wife, and I was like, hey, we're at Virginia Beach, have lunch, and see what happens. So, dude, so we head over there with no expectation. But I was dead set. I was like, if he doubles my money, the car's gone, dude.
Dude,
I don't have feelings. I don't name my cars. I'm like, let's do it.
it's 6K to put your name on the title.
Yeah, exactly. So we go down there, dude. We go down there. Me and my wife go down there. She's driving the trucks. I need a car, like, to go back home with. Get there, knock on the door. For sure. His parents open the door. And I was, hey, bro, I'm here. He's like, all right, what's your bank account? Wires the money. And I'm like, that's what's up. Driving back home, dude. I'm on Marketplace. I'm what, $7,000 cheap or richer now?
Yes. Yeah, you got $6,000 profit. Yeah.
6, 7. I'm like, I'm sitting there. I'm like, what can I get? And I see a red Corvette, bro. 2 hours north of like Richmond. And I'm just like, call the guy up and I'm like, you want 13,000 for this, dude? And he's like, and I'm like, this car's messed up. Like, he's like, no.
Danny, tell them how many miles it had, please, for reference.
Oh, when I bought it, it had 190,000 miles.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
About 200,000. Right?
Yeah.
So I go out there and we go pick it up. And it's sketchy, right? Because I got this like wallet full of cash. I went to the bank right on the way, stopped and got the money. I just do cash. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, all right, I'm loaded up. You know, I'm loaded up. I'm like, well, let's see what happens
Yeah,
here.
not just with cash.
Not
Not
just
just
the
with
guys.
cash.
We show up there, and it's like legit. The car is sitting on grass in a farm. I'm just like, what is this, dude? So we go up there, talk to the guy, and I tell the wife, I'm like, hey, just watch. I don't know what's gonna happen here. Just watch. She's like, okay. So the guy like pulls out the title and all that, and I'm like, oh, legit. Start up, runs perfect, and I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, go take you for a test drive. I'm like, he didn't want to come with me, nothing. He's just like, go drive it. Dude, I got like first, second gear, and I was just like, oh, this, this is good, dude. I was like, this is the Corvette. Like, okay. And we're
What
talking
have I
about,
been missing?
yeah, we're talking about 5 years ago, I think. Like, that's
Yeah.
when like Matt Field like started getting his car. And a couple of
He
guys,
did. That's when he started in the flood Corvette when he went to do the whole real conversion.
I think so, yeah, but there wasn't many guys doing um like C6s.
No, no.
Like Blue 808, I think was the guy's name.
He tested some knuckles, but it wasn't any real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, who else had one?
Daigo started something with Sunoco. He started his build around then, but it wasn't showcased.
Right. Dirk Stratton was one of like OG
Yep. Well, I
C6
mean,
guys.
with his family's dealership, it does help
Yeah.
to have access to all that
Yeah,
stuff,
I
you
mean
know.
that's right. Run the family car. Why not? But yeah, so like I found that car and I was like, I think this car could be good, but there was no products yet. Like
Mhm.
it wasn't a white fab. There wasn't this. It was just EBM because Matt Field needed
Yep.
people to do something. You know? So
Yeah, modded knuckles and handbrake was really the
that was it.
major upgrades. Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So I went out there and I bought the car and I brought it back. Red Corvette, just like Prince said, like the jam and all that. Yeah. So I get it home, I'm like cleaning it, waxing it. And the wife, she's out there, she's like, you're not gonna drift this, are you? You are not drifting this, are you? And I'm like, so I take it out and I use drift have like a BMP day like in the winter every time, January.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take it out there. No moss, like nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, just go out and see where it does. No knuckles, nothing. I go out there, dude. This is like week one. Week one with like the DS tires it came with and everything. I
Literally off the dirt lot.
up the dirt, the grass, straight to drifting. So I take it out there, dude. And I know what I'm doing now. Like I can drive, So I go out there and I'm like, okay, this car needs knuckles, handbrake, and a seat.
Yeah.
That's it. Because the seat, like the stock seat is good, but the G forces of the drifting you just slide around so much. And mine when I would
Especially with a
yank like
3-point belt. Yeah.
yeah, mine when I would yank hard second, like it would flip back, like it'll click back like this. So I would fall backwards. All that V8 torque, baby, It was
Don't
70
tell
degrees.
Ben that or he'll fail your tech for your seat back not being.
Yeah. Oh, I was like, oh man. So like as soon as I got off track, I was like, okay, what's out there? The PBM had knuckles, cut knuckles that they did CNC, whatever.
Yep.
Expensive for just cut knuckles. So I bought those, but it was great. The only option. Got their handbrake,
Mm-hmm.
and I got a seat. Dude, I drove that 2 years like that.
Yeah.
No coilover. Like it had the leaf springs, stock leaf
Mm-hmm.
springs, and I would just like use the bolts to like lower it, and that was it. And that was when I
Dude,
started thinking. I was like, you know what? Simple is better.
we had remember my Corvette, the first generation, the convertible I had that Zach bought from me and then went to like 84 different people afterwards.
You guys are
Dude,
terrible.
literally handbrake, coils, knuckles. That's it. It was that was it. And the only reason I did coils is because I had the guy, but like you said, you don't need them.
Mm-mm.
It would just help.
I didn't need them. At
But
that time, I was just like, I just want to go drive, And I bought a car. I ended up, so the guy wanted $13,000 for that car,
yeah.
and I went up there and I offered him 12, and he's just like, "Bro, you're killing me."
Oh.
How about 12.5? And he's like, "All right, like 2008 Corvette, with a good trans, good rear, for 12.5, and everything worked. AC
It's like
worked.
2020, 2019, I believe.
Yeah, 19. That's when I bought it.
19. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And
That's
then,
still a disgusting steal.
oh god, yeah, you know, don't
$20,000
get
car all
scared.
day
I
long.
tell everybody,
All day long.
don't get scared because it has high mileage. Like if it's taken care of, it'll live. So and I've redlined the hell out of that thing. Like it overheated a million times. You know, but I just went out there and just straight send it. So, but yeah, so that car went 2 years like that, and I was like, all right, what
Yeah.
do I do now? You know, and I need Chris Sempic from Conce Wheels for before he even started that. And his company was just kind of like starting to kick off, and I was just like, "Hey, man, let's link up. Let's do something." So I got a set of his wheels, and I just threw them on there, and I was like, "Damn, that thing sticks out like 3.5 inches. Like it was so wide, And all the Corvette guys was like, "Yeah, just get CO6 fenders, blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Well, that's the easy way out." But I was like, I went back to looking at my FD, and I was like, I did everything to that car. I did the wide body. I did the when the body kit exploded, when I hit that dirt in the rain, it exploded. That's how I started doing fiberglass. That's my first like repair.
Really?
Oh yeah. So it was like a puzzle, like trying to put a front bumper together. That's in a million pieces. Like you're gonna learn real quick. That was a lot of body work and a lot of things, and I actually had shortened that. The BN Sports kit sits so low. I think it's like
Mhm.
6 inches, like the side skirt. I took 1.5 inches off of it, and I cut the long ways, and I brought the skirt up so I can slam the car and still be on the ground. Yeah, so it was tricks on that car that I did a lot of stuff to that nobody ever knew. Like what? So I
All
thought
right, let's take a pause on your drift journey because I think this is something that is a task, like you said earlier, that like we have to be a master of none but a jack of all trades when we are drifters.
Mhm.
You're very, very, very competent in fiberglass. You started 945 Garage to be able to do overs and fenders for multiple different things. Obviously, your FD was one of the bigger things. What brought on the fact that like you wanted to take on something and not just create your own business, but then to be able to start making molds for multiple chassis and then becoming this outlet that drifters can be able to take access to?
Yeah, so great segue there. So 945 Garage started um not because of a need in the market and just because something I wanted to do, right? It was a passion project. Like anything, once you do a business, you have to like whatever you're about to do because you're gonna be
Absolutely.
100% into it. Late nights, weekends. I mean, I still answer calls, you know, at middle of the night. Doesn't matter. Like I'll do it just to please a customer, and that's just the way I am. But yeah, so it started off like that. I did the FD. I did my first segue into like fiberglass molding was a GS 300 I made.
Yep.
It was a wide body GS slam. And at the same time, we built Stephen Nuke's car. So the LS 400 that you saw,
Yes, 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 yes,
I
yes.
was Nuke's car first, and then we wide bodied it. So after that project kicked off, people wanted it. This is the funny part. People wanted it, right? Pre-sale, blah 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 blah. Like, let me get that, please. So I was like, I'm not touching it until it's done, like, because I didn't want to do it. So then like 5 guys are like, all right, let's do it. So I made the damn thing, and I got like 3 sales out of it. And it because everybody wanted it, all the forums and people blowing me up. And then it comes out, I finish the mold, that spent all the money and like nothing. I was salty about making like molds. I was like, I don't want to do this. And if I do
I
it, I'll do
believe
it
it.
myself, you know? So when I bought the Corvette, I already knew that I could do it. 'Cause I'd done it before. I was like, it's gonna take about 3 months to do, but I'm gonna do it. So then I started making a mold. Once I doing the part, and then I took a couple of pictures, and I think Trevor from California was like, "Yo, what is that? And when can you send it to me?" I was like, "What?" I was just like, "What, dude?" He's like, "No, like I'm for real. Like you need to sell this." And I'm like, "Well, let me see what. Let me finish it up."
Let's be honest, it doesn't matter if you have 100 horsepower or 1,000 horsepower. If you don't have tires, you are going nowhere fast as a drifter. That's where Zek Nova comes in. With their broad range of tires available for all horsepower ranges and skill levels, you want to be able to get on board with them to make sure that your drift day is not only fun, but smoky as it should be. From the Supersport RS, the RS 606, and the Mac Daddy JR 500, Zek Nova has a tire offering to be able to make sure that you get the proper size and compound for your build. Make sure to use promo code TheDirtDrop for 10% off when checking out at their website, www.zeknovaus.com, and make sure to check them out Facebook and Instagram, Zeknova US.
Let's see what it looks like. So I finish it up, and I'm like, yo, this thing like looks really damn good. So the first set of fenders for the Corvette for the C6 was just over.
Right.
So it easy to make. I could do this. I've never done like a full fender with flanges and all that. Like at that point, I didn't know how to do any of that. You know, I watched a bunch of YouTube, college, university on how to do fiberglass. Like everybody does.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, they just like I told everybody. I was like, anybody can do this. It is how much time you want to put into it.
And patience.
Patience.
And patience.
And allow your mess ups to like make you better. Because if I find a mess up, like I gotta fix it. I can't just send stuff out that doesn't fit, and like it might piss off somebody because it's taking too long. But like whatever, bro. Like it is what it is. So no, so eventually, like the company started off a passion. Like I'm just doing it for myself. And if I like it, maybe somebody else likes it. And then it started becoming a need because now Corvettes were like the thing. Like, bro, get a Corvette because they jam. Get a Corvette because they jam. Blah, blah. So it was like, get Danny's kit because it's cheaper than buy an OEM, better quality, and like you can have it. And it's different. It's not an OEM like look. So that was when the whole thing kicked off, like for me. And it's been what, 5 years now? Like doing
Yep.
it. And
And
everybody.
you're a one-man shop. You are 945 Garage through
Bro,
and through.
I'm HR. I'm the phones. I'm the shipper. I wrap, print the labels, dude, everything. Order materials. Like people think like I'm some, this is a big ass company. Like, brother, no. Like, yo, Danny, I want to come check out your shop. You're not coming out. Because if people think I have a shop somewhere, and like, you know what? Like eventually, like a year, 2 from now, my plan is to have a full-on shop with a bunch of people working for me and all that. But like in business, sometimes you just gotta pace it. Let it happen, Let it happen. Let it happen. If you rush it, sometimes it's just too much. Like it's
I want to give Danny a little bit of credit here, and this is something that I don't know if a lot of people know. When Danny made the C5 kit, it was originally for the hatch. And if you got a convertible or FRC fixed roof coupe kit, Danny brought his hatch fenders to my house, and we spent, I want to say, 3 to 4 hours measuring, mocking, pulling my old fenders off, just so he could have proper fitment to be able to make sure that it wasn't just a guesstimate. So you want to talk about the R&D time? I mean, he drove to my house. We're both in Virginia, but the attention to detail that he could have done, he could have looked online, he could have done this, but it just shows, again, man, kudos to you to be able to show that you care for the customer, to make sure I want to make this mold once and right. That's quality assurance right there.
Yeah, and that's what it is. You gotta take your time and make it fit. Because a fiberglass car, brother, it does not fit anything. Even OEM panels. You have to use shims. And I tell some people call me like, Danny, this fender doesn't fit. It's off by like half an inch. I'm like, dude, you just gotta work it. Like, move this panel a little bit, maybe add some heat. Like, that's normal fiberglass stuff. And then you have guys that know it. Some people don't, but you try to please everybody. I try to please everybody. I'm like, if you're not happy, then we can work something out. You know, and my lead time sometimes they slip, bro. I got tell you the truth. It's like sometimes I put like try to do it like in 6 to 8 weeks, but when I have stock, like it's gone as soon as I have stock.
Right.
I can't keep stock because it's just always going, always going, always going. And my
Well,
mom,
and 945 isn't your 9 to 5, literally. Without you're still enlisted in the military. You still have a full-time family. You still are
yeah,
dad. I mean,
dad,
how do you
grandfather.
balance it, man? What's your secret?
It's tough. So that's one of the reasons why, I sat down with the wife and we talked about it. Because when you start something like this, you kind of have to have the buy-in of the family. Like, what is daddy gonna do? Well, I want to start my own business because that's always been like that's me, you. Like a lot of us are entrepreneurs. We just go. Like I go to sleep, usually my wheels are just going like, what's next? What's next? What am I gonna do tomorrow? It's not always about the money, it's just about the chase of getting somewhere.
Growth. Just
Growth,
growth.
right, growth,
Yeah.
growth. So, I talked to the wife and like, I was like, 3 years ago when we're doing pretty good, I was like, look, I can open up a shop. Like, no doubt. I can have rent it out. I can have like 2 or 3 employees. I just do the damn thing and I just sit back and do whatever. And I show up when I want to. But that's not how it is. That's not how I'm gonna be there till 2 o'clock in the morning, you know, cleaning the floor. Right? So it was like she's
Checking the
like,
molds, making sure stuff's
"Daddy."
set for the next day.
The
Like,
alarm went off in
oh,
the middle of the night, whatever. So it's like
yeah.
we talked about it and she's like, why don't you just build your shop at the house? And I'm like, well, like, yeah, I could do that. It's gonna cost money, but it takes money to make money. So
Of
I was
course.
like, let's just do it. So I built me a decent little shop at the house, and that's where I've been doing everything. You know, um, the C6 mold to C5 mold, that's been great. Those kits, man, like it's funny because you started early. You're like, hey, Danny, can I get those kits? I'm like, can I get a C5 kit? I'm like, sure, let's do it. Because you were one of the ones
Yeah.
that started it all. Like the people wanted it, and everybody online was like, oh, let's do this. Let's do a pre-sale. I'm like, okay, I'm almost done with the molds. But I wasn't. I told you this. I was like, I was not done yet, dude. I was not done yet. I was so scared. I even told Zach, I was like, bro, when I tell you release this, they're either gonna want it, like want it, or it's just not gonna happen, right? So he's like, I'll bet you in 2 months you'll have more than 20 orders. And I
You
was
had
just like,
24 kits, I believe, in 6 weeks.
check this out. Okay, it's more than that. So then we go. It was Hyperfest. He's like, we made a bet.
Yeah.
We made a bet. By Hyperfest, it was like 2 months away. You're either gonna make 20 or less than 20. And he's like, you'll make over the 20, $500 is bet. And I was like, there's no way. There's no way. Because I've been through this before. Like people say they want it, nothing happens. So he's like, just release it, dude. And I'm like, what's gonna happen? I was like, well, what could happen is I have a ton of orders and I'm not ready for it. So he's like, just release it. You already have it on a website, right? And I was like, I do, but I'm not ready yet. Just do it. How far are you? I'm like, well, I gotta build 2 more. Like I didn't finish the fronts yet. The rears were done. The fronts weren't. The molds weren't.
Right.
It's like, just do it. Release it. I'm like, all right, whatever. Not gonna happen, dude. I wake up. There is $32,000 in my account.
Shut up.
Dude, bro, I was like, what did I just do? Bro, I wanted to pass out. I wanted to be happy. I wanted to cry. And I was just like, I
This
just
is overnight, not 2 months. This
overnight.
is overnight?
Overnight, dude. My phone, I took my phone off because it was like every hour. And I was like, 2 grand, 2 grand, 2 grand, 2 grand. I was like, what did I do
That's 16 kits in a day.
in a day? Ridiculous. And I was just like, this is all C5 stuff. And that's what got me behind in the beginning, dude. And
Right.
I had to tell guys, all them, bro, like, I'm sorry if you can't wait, I'll send you your money back. Because
Are you serious?
yeah, because at the end of the day, right? Like at the end of the day, you're a consumer. You hate waiting for stuff. So do I. When I can't deliver something, I feel bad. I'm like, oh, like this guy's waiting for paint probably, or getting the car wrapped, or has to like go to a drift event. Like I sponsored Matt Field and Luke Fink, and I have a bunch of like lists of people that need parts at a certain time. They don't get it. It's a problem. For the sponsors, for me. It's just things are bigger than yourself, So, that put me behind a lot. And I think out of all those guys I ordered, I think only one guy was like, "Yeah, man, can I have my money back?" And I was like, "Cool." Like, I'm not gonna
Dude,
sweat.
15 out of 16 is
Yeah.
still incredible numbers.
And I think to this day, of all the orders I've sold, I mean, I don't want to talk about how much I sold, but um,
Out of
that
all
was
the customers,
yeah, that was the only person that, like, one person ever wanted their money back because of that. So
I think we can call that good customer service, but I'm
yeah,
not sure.
that's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Well,
And you got
but
guys that sometimes the product shows up broken. UPS like just stomps on it and kills the edges, and I offer like either a sum back or a whole new panel or whatever. I try to make it fair because I know that shit sucks, dude. I have stuff from like Japan like shows up and it's like in pieces. So
well,
I just
to be fair, you eat the costs when it comes to UPS and all that kind of stuff for the customer, right?
I don't ask for none of that.
I think that's something that a lot of people don't understand, especially I mean, I'm not trying to pick on your small business, but it really feels like unless you're like one of these larger ones like FDF, PBM,
Uh-huh.
WiseFab, I mean, they have a lot of retailers to be able to sell their stuff.
Yeah.
Drift HQ is another one. Eh, These small businesses incur so much cost
Uh-huh.
just for customer service that I think that customers have taken for granted, and not trying to crap on the customer, but I think there needs to be a little bit more understanding in 2025 when you order from, I would call yourself a boutique retailer because you're an A to Z individual or customer, or I'm sorry, company to make things happen. Is there anything that you would wanna give as far as let's talk about the business side of things, like words of inspiration for other people that are maybe in a similar situation? What would you wanna tell them to try to be like, "Hey, keep going"? I mean, what are some things that maybe you could say that they could be able to wanna keep them to be doing what they're doing?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it just you gotta have the passion, man. Like you can't do this and not like what you're doing, There's days I get up and I'm having an off day, we all have it. And
Right.
I try to have at least 1 hour. Like, it's Saturday, but for this 1 hour, I gotta get out there and do it, And I try to inspire people just by doing hard work, man. Just hard work and enjoying the time that you have off, like with the family at the track, because you have to vet. They just, you know. And sometimes I feel guilty too because I'm at the track, but I'm gonna have a customer waiting on a shipment. I'm like, this is gonna kill me right here, but I gotta post this sick ass shot from Drift Appalachia. Like I got invited to the mountain, like I'm showing that I'm gonna
Of
be there.
course.
I was like, your kid's gonna have to wait, homie, because I'm going driving on the mountain, But I try to like get all my orders out before I go to something like that, 'Cause
Right.
I hate the wait. I hate coming back and having like a back order, you know. And as far as like in inspirational stuff, man, I just try to be a good human, like be a good human and hard work. Like all my friends know me and they know that's how I operate. Like I'm real. I'll let you know how it is. And we work hard. Like I got my day job and I got my night job, Some of the guys that what they all call me at CMD. And he got the night job making fiberglass vendor. So
It's like,
and that's
hey, you're
what
like the Puerto Rican Breaking Bad.
yeah, I'm cooking up at night. And so far like I haven't had neighbors complain. So
No, that is a positive. I
'cause
mean,
I
seeing
do
that
live in
you're
I do
go
live in
ahead.
a UAA, so it's like I try to, yeah, I try to hide from carry, close the garage door.
the the balance of being the family man is one thing, but having to do the business owner and then a really active drifter is a little bit more. I would say more of a balance than the family man because you can always include the family in both of those.
I do, yeah.
When you say you're able to balance it with the business stuff, do you think there's like some sort of maybe help because, "Hey, I'm trying to get these orders out, but I may not get 1 or 2, but I can showcase my kits by going to these events." Like, where's your mind on that? Because I have my own take on this, but I'm curious for another person that where
Yeah,
their head's at.
that's the idea, right? So the business is built around the marketing side because I'm also the marketing person, so I have to go out there. And if people see the car, I have to show up clean. Like it has to have the bumpers and it has to have, I gotta wax the damn thing. Who waxes a drift car? Well, I do, you know, because I want the best representation of me. If anybody's
Right.
gonna show off the kit the best, it's gonna be me. Like, I'm gonna have the baller wheels on it. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have that. It's gonna drive like shit, but guess what? It's gonna look cool. Like that's my plan. So that's the thing. I gone to like last year. It was a big like a tour, I guess. Like I just wanted to hit up as many events as I could because I was like, the car is good.
Right.
My driving is getting really good, and I want to go show this thing off, like what it could do, how many hits it can take. It's not breaking the body kit or nothing. Like I'm good on this. So yeah, so we took it to CMD, like a pretty good comp with high horsepower cars. Naren's there, Taylor Hall's been there, Nick Abbott. Like there's
It's a
really good drivers.
$50,000 4-round comp. Like, it's
Yeah,
not a small
50,000.
comp.
So I came off the mountain the night before. It's like round 2 last year, dude. I was drifting on the mountain, 8 hours away in Kentucky. Drove overnight, parked the trailer there, right? Got to CMD overnight, 8 hours away. Me and my son. And we're looking at the competition. And I go out there and I'm like, okay. So I run one lap. I got this. Legit. Like legit. I went out there and I was like, this is easy. I Joe said, run this line, run that line. I can run any line you tell me. I'll just put it where you want. Let me know where you want it and I'll put it there, right? And I told my son, I looked at him and he's like, Daddy, like these cars are like, he's like, because he knows drifting. He's like, these cars are fast. I'm like, put all the tires at 12 PSI. And he's like, what? I was like, put it all at 12. So we put the tires on it and I'm tired, dude. I'm like, smoked.
Rocket ship.
I'm smoked. The car is crazy. I've never driven at 12 PSI, but I was like, I need it. I need it. So like, put the tires on it. I've never seen the tires in the back is like squishy. Like you can bounce the car. Like it looked flat. I was like, whatever, dude. So I go out there. I think one of these, I think I got second or third that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, third, I think it was. And I was just like,
well, that was the one with O'Sully, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sully was there. So O'Sully,
yeah.
no, actually, no, on that comp, O'Sully took me out.
Yeah.
36 in a comp car in his pro car, right?
His big boy car.
It was really close. It was really close. When I went out there and after I lost, I go to his camp and his dad was just like, yo, that was crazy. He's like, that was close. And most guys don't even know that. My car is like, it's LS3 car. There's, a cam, but it's like, it's a stock car. Like, but
it was a stock car. This is before the big boy upgrade.
Yeah. Probably now it's got pisses the rods, but the power I didn't up the power. So still, I mean, it can make 1,000 horsepower, but we're not gonna.
It was probably a 450 wheel car. I mean, it was a solid. Yeah.
480, I think it is.
Yeah.
So it's happy. It's good. Like I have not been in a comp where I was like, yo, like that guy just kicked my ass and he's too fast. Nope. Because the gearing's so good on a Corvette.
Now let's flip the script on this, though. You didn't obviously start in a Corvette, and right now Corvette is the easy button. You could put anybody in a Corvette. I feel, and at the end of the day, they think they're a little bit better of a drifter than they really are.
Yeah.
I really think I love seeing people drive the Corvette, like especially mine, because I don't care and people just go whatever, boom, boom, boom. But is there still something to be said about people starting in lower horsepower cars with basic modifications to learn to be able to have almost, not saying as hard as we had, but just some sort of rite of passage?
Nah, man. For me, no. I don't care about that.
Okay.
Like, go get the car that you want, that works. Like right now, a 350Z or a Corvette will be my choice. No, 350Z.
That's two different. Come on, that's two different things.
Oh, it's cheaper, right? But if your goals are to like stick with this, go get a Corvette.
First car, Corvette, really?
Out the gate.
Hot take. Danny Domenech, hot take.
I'm sorry, out the gate, because what are you gonna do with a Z?
Build it.
You're gonna build it. and then you're gonna throw an angle on it, and then like, oh, it seems slow now, so I'm gonna throw a supercharger or I'm gonna LS swap it. Like, okay, now you're an idiot. You know, to me,
I
I was
want
like,
to agree with you, but I feel starting in a Corvette makes you lazy,
the
strictly
car's
because a
painful.
lot of the
That's
fundamentals are lost.
I don't care. Even an experienced driver like me, to me, the car's still lazy. Like I wish it was a 2J, like, because I want to have a just crazy foot pedal. No, I sit there and I go, wow, wow, left foot brake, wow, you know. So what I end up doing, like, watch Luke Fink drive. We're throwing backies, 360s, because it gets boring, dude. I'm like, that's what I'm doing in a Corvette, you know. So once you get it down, you're like, all right, I'm just gonna do silly shit now because that's what we're doing, you know. But I mean, if you're a beginner and your pockets ain't like Corvette, 20 grand to spend on a Corvette on a good one, uh, I'd say a Z is the best one. A Z,
Okay.
Z is the way to go for that lower budget. I don't know much about BMW, so I can never like. I mean, people say they're great,
Right.
but I just never driven one. Other ones I see just look dumb. Like lower your BMWs, guys. Lower them things.
Oh my
'Cause they look
God.
stupid.
My biggest thing is because Corvettes take literally 3 mods to be a podium car. If you were to go in a Corvette for 2 events and then to jump into an E46 or a 350Z, you don't. I personally believe you'd be at a disadvantage because, oh, now I have to actually work for my minimum wage instead of just showing up on the clock and making
Right.
100 grand a
Yeah.
year. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I think always starting, I guess, with a low horsepower car,
I mean, not
it
we're trying to
makes
be honest here. You know? I'm not,
no, it makes you a better driver. But I'm like, for me, if you're just gonna go and this is something you want to do long run, bro, just get the car from the get go. But
that's okay. That's a
Corvette
fair
is
way to
already
look at it.
LS swapped.
Yep. And it's the weight balance is meant for the
Weight
LS
balance
swap.
there. Like you don't
Anything you
lose
do
nothing.
is already meant for the LS.
Yeah. LS7
Um,
clutch, stock clutch. You can just go jam. And that's it. You know?
well, the one thing, so you are one of the Corvette experts because we're in our tight circle. A lot of people don't understand how a Corvette drivetrain works versus a standard car. Can you kind of break down the traditional Corvette drivetrain from C5 and C6 based on, let's say, a 350Z and why it has to be treated differently?
Yeah. So I've been fortunately really good at doing this now. Um, the Corvette is a
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I wanted to kind of.
oh man, the stories I can tell about this. So everybody's always scared about the Corvette because it has a torque tube with a transmission in the back and a diff in the back. Your normal person, they can't do it. They can't fathom like taking this whole car, basically subframe and everything out of the car and dropping it on the ground just to fix a clutch.
Well, and the clutch is still on the engine,
Clutch
correct?
still in the engine up front. So it's just like
Whew.
you gotta take basically half of your car just to do a clutch job or just to bleed the clutch. Like it's insane, right? So like that's a Corvette C6, C5. Your normal car doesn't have it, bro. You can drop a transmission in a 350Z. How long? Like 30 minutes?
Hour. Yeah. Well,
Hour?
I mean, if you're trying to do subframe or all like the member and everything and do it properly without ripping, yeah, about
Yeah, yeah.
45
So
minutes to
about
an
an
hour. Yeah.
hour or so. So like me, now that I've done this about a billion times, I've done it at the track at Hyperfest by drinking a beer, trying to fix it. All the Corvette guys that road race are looking at me like, you are insane, dude. What are you doing? I'm like, ah, it's about 6 beers. That's not a lot it
It's
takes.
the second time I've done it this weekend. Don't worry about
Yeah,
me.
it's like, what are you talking about? This is easy. So I done it on the side of the road on the mountain. Like I just did it like twice up there. Like um, so what I come accustomed to is having the tools in one tool bag just to do this job. So you'll see a 15, you'll see an 18 because these are all common because the Corvette is all metric.
Correct.
So everything on my tool bag is just ready for that job specifically. I can do it now. I did it on the side of mine. I dropped it an hour and a half, the whole thing on the ground, no lift on my back. I was offered a lift, and I was like, by the time I drive this on the trailer, get it on the lift, it's already on the ground, homie. And he's like, what?
No way.
Yeah, so we did it. That was the last DA that we did. So I dropped it on the ground, had it back together. So that issue was the shim stack that you put on the throttle bearing. I had it where it was touching the pressure plate, putting pressure on it too much, you know. So I had
So
to
it was
like
preloading.
preloading way too much. So it was slipping the clutch. So I had to get in there, do some, some get measuring with a tape measure and blah blah blah. And I was like, all right, guys, I think I got it right. I'm just gonna guess at it. Dude, and I got it real close. Like I was out there ripping
Guys,
it.
the shims he's talking about are 10,000th inch shims.
Small. We're talking about
And we're talking about it's about a sheet, like one shim, I swear to God, is probably the thickness of this sheet of paper. And he has to guess on the side of a mountain how many pieces of paper preload this throw up bearing
if
properly
you
to where
get
it
it
gives the
wrong,
attic.
you get it
And
wrong.
then
You're
yeah,
just
then just
so
so
far.
many. And it's all of a sudden it becomes a bad day.
You get it wrong, you just have a bad day. And this is like I drove 10 hours one
Yeah.
way to Kentucky to do this. Get off the trailer and the car's broke. I'm like, hold on.
Was this the windshield event?
That was last year.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So every time I've gone to a Drift Appalachia event in Kentucky, it hasn't
Bad
been good.
day.
Yeah, the driving's been great. I haven't like crashed or anything, but it hasn't cooperated. And I thank like Edgar from like Drift Indy and Edgar for always inviting me. And the day I don't get invited, it's gonna be a sad one. But because
I mean,
it's a hard way to get in there. They want guys that can rip. And the vibe's good. So, but
don't get me wrong. Drift Appalachia has created I would say, a new excitement for our sport because,
yeah,
again, in my opinion, I thought there was a little bit of staleness from Formula Drift the past like 6 years. I mean,
yeah,
there were some really cool cars. You had the Heart of Racing. Aston Martin came in, Federico with the 599. There was great driving, but nothing was exciting anymore. And again, this is my opinion, hot take, whatever you want to call it. DA bringing grassroots drivers, pro drivers, YouTubers, guys like yourself
yeah.
to the toge, which is where drifting originated back in Japan. I really think, and then with the power of social media, like you said, back when we were starting out, it was photo bucket for video and photos and forums, and that's the only way we we're doing things. Like, what's your opinion on what social media is doing? Because I know you're trying to push your brand a lot harder with
It's
everything.
it's it's like, dude, it's a gift and a curse, bro. Because like I
Yeah,
see it from like the company side now too. Instead of just like a guy that wants things from companies, I'm on the other side too now. So I'm like, I get people, hey man, I got so and so, and I do this. Can I get a free body kit? I'm like, what? Like, who are you? You know? And then they got like, it doesn't matter. I don't care about how many followers or anything like that. It's just like, what can you provide? You got a good package, like, yeah, let's talk.
yeah.
But if you just show up like, yeah, dude, I just did a takeover and a burnout last week. Send me a body kit. Like, nah.
Guys, full disclosure, Danny charged me full price on the pre-sale and I gave him all of my money. So
Hey, the
even the
pre-sale was
homies don't
a
get the
good price.
discount, you know?
Yeah, it's not up to regular price now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like
But
it's funny because like people think they can just email somebody or call somebody and be like, "Yo, send me this because I'm so and so." Like
right.
at first, dude, when I was getting like those type of emails and those type of like calls, and dude, I was excited. I was like, "Yo," I tell the boys like, "You know who just hit me out, dude?" I was like, "Matt Field just hit me up, bro," and they're like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, dude. Like he wants to run my stuff," and they're like, "What are you gonna do?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" Shit, whatever he wants, let's go. You know? But nah, it's like, so now I built a relationship with a lot of like good dudes that understand the business, that they don't want to see like, yo, don't send me free shit because you have to work. Like they understand because I'm a small business. Like you you're not gonna go outside and just do stuff for free. Like, and I can't justify it, because that's time away from my family that I got to spend a couple of days to build your stuff. Like I can't justify like, oh, hey, babe, I'll go outside and work for this dude for free. Like I
No,
can't do,
absolutely.
I
No,
can't do it.
and as Danny as the manufacturer, what is maybe one tip you could give to people who do want to, run the 945 product that are coming to you for either sponsorship, partnership, anything? What may be a word of advice to be able to make sure they come correct?
Yeah, no, I mean, dude, I talk to anybody. Like people hit me up all the time. I don't even know 'em, but they're like, "Hey, your shit's sick. I want to run it." And I was like, "Just talk to me. Like, what do you want to do?" And they're like, "Oh, I'm doing this, this, and that." I was like, "All right, well, send me a portfolio, whatever you got, you know." And some guys do, some guys don't. The guys that do, like, I mean, they'll send me like a killer deck. Like I seen stuff, but I was like, "Yo, you took some time, like, to put this together." You know how it is. Like you
Absolutely.
send to PII and CMAT stuff. Like it's if you try to pitch yourself to somebody, and I'm terrible at it because I run products on my car, and I'm like, "Hey, wow, can I have white spam?" And he's like, "What, dude?" You know, "Can I get a discount?" I talked to, Chris, Sempek,
Yep.
Reconcile or Billy from stage. I'm like, "Hey, dude, that's work or whatever." And there's like, "What are you talking about?" But like this, it's still like this ain't free, And now that I'm a company, I have my own stuff going. I understand it, yeah. But I don't. For me, it's harder, I think, as a company to ask somebody else, like, "Yo, let me run your stuff, dude." You know. So I've been a sponsor before as a driver. I had to like tell that company that I couldn't do it because I couldn't deliver deliverables.
Really?
Yeah, I had a full ride for US Drift back in the days to just go do stuff. They're like, "Here."
So I don't want to beat too hard on this, but like you're the first person who's openly admitted that like they've admitted to a company that like I can't do this.
Oh
What
yeah.
when it comes to humility, dude, kudos to you for being an adult. And I think, I mean, granted, our age is kind of showing at that point. I don't know too many 20 somethings that may or may not have that
Oh, this is back
awareness
in the
about
days.
them.
This one had the RX-7.
So you were still 30. You weren't a freaking child.
Yeah, yeah. But
I'm
yeah,
not
like,
going to out your age, but you're closer to 50 than you are 40.
yeah, granddaddy drift, that's what they call me now.
Well, you are a grandfather, aren't you?
I am, yeah, yeah. Yep,
The only grandfather, or the first grandfather, I will say, to have on this show. But
that's crazy.
going back to the fact of just being able to have the awareness about yourself, is there anything, even in your driving, that maybe age and experience has helped you progress more than maybe when you were younger and you weren't like looking at things as far as just vehicle placement, mindset, setup? Like what's one thing your age and just physical ability maybe is more prominent now than when it was when you were starting out?
I think now I focus more on like chasing people. So even like on practice days, I'm the guy that wants to chase you. Like I'll let the guys lead. I'm like, no, you guys lead. I
Yeah,
want to chase.
yeah, just go.
Right. Because I want to practice that dive timing. Even with slow car in front of me, like that's important to me. Like running a lead, I feel like for me already, like I can run whatever you want me to run. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Like I can run it outside, inside, whatever, however you want me to do it. But like I think the chase for me is more important. And getting that practice time with your crew or at a practice day is important. So that's how I approach it now. And back in the days when I was younger, I just want to gap everybody, dude. Yeah, do the fastest entry and the fastest thing. But when it came to the chase, I was nowhere close. But that was 2010 drifting. Like you didn't have to be close. You just have to be like there. You like, we're right here, you know?
Drag race with angle.
With angle. That's not what we did. Now it's like complete opposite, dude. Like if you're not 2 inches rubbing on the dude's door, you lose. And that's what happened to
You
me.
might as well be bus lengths away at that point.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. Like I felt like at TMD a couple of times. Okay. Taylor Holding hit me twice. He won I won. But that's another story. But I
Well,
get I don't know, man. I think seat time, being in the car, seeing like just over the hood because the Corvette sits so low, and the nose of the car is so long that when I first started drifting it, I would think I was like transitioning like right on the bumper, and the outside view. I'm like, dude, I'm like 2 cars away. What are you talking about? So now, like when I drive the car, if it doesn't feel like I'm about to crash, I'm not close. If I'm on the wall, like at Langley, and I'm riding the top of the wall.
Hmm.
If I don't feel like I'm about to just smash the rear end in the car, I'm
You're
not
not
close.
close.
No, when I'm transitioning and if I basically just I don't know, like the emblem of the car has to be right in front of my face, then I'm like, all right, that was a good one. And you know when it's good.
Of course. Of course. It always feels like if you were a newer driver, like if this is like a first couple events, almost like when you're in the pits and like let's say you're pitted, like let's say you and me are pitted next to each other and I'm learning about proximity. I want to be able to maybe let's try and park my nose like almost like at a 45-degree angle and then find out when I'm like literally 3 inches from your car and then park it there and then see out the windscreen, look out the side, and then learn, hey, this is proximity.
You know what I've
And
done
then
too?
maybe,
You know what I've done a couple times?
yeah,
But our team, right? We're like 7 dudes on our
yeah.
team. Drift seamless speed. So what I do, like at Langley or anywhere else, when we're about to line up, I would legit bump you. And that's how I found like, okay, that's how far I need to be. And when you do that, like it gives you that depth of like, and that's actually really close. You know,
But that's where it is.
that's where you need to be. So when you transition, like that car has to be right. You have to basically just graze the bumper now. And a lot of guys now with their bumper setups and crash bars, you have like another foot to go in there. So after you see like drifting nowadays on transitions, they're taking each other's bumper off because there's nothing back there. On a
Right.
Corvette, like when you hit my Corvette, that's gonna hurt because it's everything still stock. So
Well, the tub is the rear of the car. You
yeah,
have an inch and a half of bumper before you hit crash bar.
nothing. Yeah, so you got to be really good on a
Yeah.
Corvette.
Unlike a Mustang or a 350Z or a Beamer where you got 3 to 4 inches of smoosh,
And,
you know.
like there's so much support nowadays for like Corvettes. You can turn a stand into a race car really quick.
Right.
And I've been trying to avoid that because I'm like, I still have my carpet. I got radio. I got a boom box back there. Like,
You got
I don't
AC,
want,
don't you?
huh?
Do you have AC still?
Yeah. So I don't want to, dude. I don't want to take anything out that is comfort because I know what's going to happen if I go that way, bro. We're shooting for the moon. Like,
RX-7 2.0.
yeah. Like, I'm like trying to be the oldest dude at Prospect out there hobbling on one knee.
Sponsored by Centrum Silver.
Centrum, Viagra. I'll bring all the sponsors. All the icy hot. That'd be my sponsors.
You're not wrong. I mean, I again, I'm not as old as you, but I still feel like we have a place in the grassroots community because there's a lot of kids I've been noticing at even our local events
Mhm.
that don't know their head from their hole in the ground. And they'll be out there and they'll do their 16 spins, but it's like they're not like you wouldn't look at them and seem to be approachable enough to be like, bro, let me ride with you. Let me,
I've done it, dude. I've done it, dude. I've done it to a new generation. Like people are struggling, going out there, like, and that's me mean. I'm just like, hey, dude, like,
yeah,
if you do this, like, I can see your back wheel hopping. Try doing this. Oh man, who are you? Like, oh, I drive the C6. No, tell me, like, no, who are you? Because it's cool. Like, they don't know me.
right,
Not
of
all these
course, of
you guys,
course.
they don't know who I am. They're like, I know that C6 over there. They're like, oh, you're not for garage. You're like, oh, dude, I know. Okay, what's up? I'm like, so like being it's funny because now I'm like the OG, right? I'm one of the OGs. That's what I'm called. But some of the old guys are just like, "Oh yeah, you're an OG now." I'm like, that sounds weird because I'm still like in it, I'm still having fun. I don't know, dude. It's hard to like not do this anymore. So it's gonna
Well,
have to be like a knee replacement. Like I went to the doctor today for a knee.
yeah.
He's gonna have to take me out, and then we're gonna go with automatic with 8 HP or something.
I was about to say a sequential or like the full handbrake from the click and then be
If I can't use my clutch leg, dude, yeah, we're gonna
yeah.
figure something out. Hand controls.
Call up Robert Parsons, get the chair slayer
I swear, like yo, yeah,
full
I want that recliner and just sit there and just hand controls, bro.
can I
Let me,
remote into my drift car from my
yeah, let me
lazy boy in
try
my house
it. Yeah,
and
for real. But yeah, I mean, it's getting to that point where like the more you get, the older you get, right? The slower you get. That's why a lot of guys like shy away from it. Like, I'm just gonna chill out and do cool stuff. I don't want to do comps. Like last year I did comps, right?
yeah.
And it was more like just to measure myself. Like I was like, let's see where I'm at. I'm not gonna jam, but like, can I jam? And that when I did those comps last year, like all of them, it brought out like a couple of flaws I had in my driving.
Mm.
Like I was like, okay, this is what I need to be doing. I need to shoot here, shoot there. And it made me a better driver by going to comps. So those guys are scared of going to comps and doing comps, like street league comps. Like, dude, if you're drifting, do the street league comp. Like, you're gonna learn something. Like if you're at US Drift in Richmond, like I see guys that are like dope cars. I'm like, bro, we got top 16. We could have a top 32 if the rest of y'all just sign up and did it. You're already here.
Yeah. You
And it's like,
don't need a cage, you
don't
just
need
need a
to
fully kitted car.
think. And like the advanced guys, like a lot of advanced guys, they're not gonna hit you because they know what they're doing.
I
If you
think
spin out,
even in the
it's
at the last
part of like drifting, right? And everybody like, oh yeah, you know how to chase. Do you know how to avoid people? When somebody spins in front of you, do you know how to get out the way? Like if we're on a tandem train, do you know which way to go? Like in all that smoke, like that's part of drifting too. Getting away from people.
learning the bail and
No, no.
knowing like, hey, I'm watching this Corvette. I know when Danny's butt gets to this point, he is not going to be able to save it anymore, and I have to be able to do this maneuver.
What happened to me? It happens all of it. I spun in front of Zach,
Yeah.
and he was like 3 cars back, and he couldn't stop. And like he hit my door, broke my
Mm,
glass, messed up his headlight.
mm,
And he's like, "Bro, you never spin." I'm like, "It happens, dude. It happens."
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, "You never spin though." I was like, "Dude, it happens." Like, what I was like, "You should have done is learn how to bail and not hit me. You're 3 cars behind me." If
Dude,
you
yeah,
were like,
that's
yeah, it's like
mm,
if you were like 10 inches behind me, we'd have just both
yeah.
slid at the same time. Nothing would have happened.
Yeah.
So I feel
And
like a
then
lot of
maybe like a slight fiberglass damage.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think a lot of the crashes and drifting happen because the guy's too far back and trying to catch up. You know, and I've
And
seen
then
it
can't
done.
read how to bail if they do
And
see
read,
a
I
spin.
think Mike Perez had a big crash at BMP like that, where a
We
guy
will
just
not
like,
talk about that because
uh,
I know way too many details about
oh
that
really?
crash,
I don't know
and I
anything.
don't I don't need Mike to hit up my DMs to talking about the nonsense about him and Mr. Minzer.
Oh, okay, I don't know anything about it. We
Yeah,
can
dude.
handle that one.
When you send an invoice to somebody after a drift event and they run into you, that's when I'd rather not talk about the details.
Yeah, I like that. Don't hit me.
Yeah, no, that's the homie stuff. But no, but strictly speaking about the homie thing, obviously we both have been doing this for. I mean, you've been doing it for over 20 years. I've been doing it for almost 20 years. Seeing people coming in and out of the sport, and then, do you think there's still something that new people can teach us? That maybe, what are some of the things, because I mean I've been learning certain things here and there, but what's one thing that maybe you learned from someone new coming into the sport that you weren't aware of or you just didn't pay attention to?
Um, I think the new guys like Jacob Duncan's one of them. And we drive a lot together. Young guy coming up. He's gonna be
Solid.
he's gonna be a problem. Um,
Yeah.
Driving with him, and I think we started pretty early with him. And I give him the lead. He would chase me just so he can get proximity on me. And then when we flipped it, when I would chase him, just as absolute speed and like precision because he's not reckless. You know, he's precise and he's fast as hell. Like we'll go on these trips to the mountains and this tracks itself. His level of speed is like nobody else had chased before. You know, like he just committed. He goes. You know,
Well,
so
even before he had the upgrade. I
oh
mean,
yeah,
even with
we went
his
at
1J, I mean, he was on full kill
he was
every
on full
event.
kill all the time. You know, and I think it's like people like that, like the younger guys. You know, Cash from Drift Indy, that dude, like he kills it because they bring this flare of like would you want to like go wide, you know, go wide, just like gangster run, you know, run wall to wall or guardrail to guardrail, full on throttle, you know, like that stuff. You look at it, you're like you get out of your car and it's like a skate session. Dude. Like I'm the old guy at the skate park, you know. So I'm like look at it, I'm like, bro, that was sick. Like I want to go try that, you know. So we
Yeah.
go, yeah, so we go try it, and then like you 50-50 grind on a curve or whatever, but you're still gonna get it. Like, and it's cool because you come out of that and everybody's like high fiving each other. Like, you know, I done drift week, dude, and like I think it was track was it? I think it was what's that North Carolina one?
NC Car.
NC car? Might have been that one or like the one where
Because you did
Triple H
Dominion, and then I think you did NC
Carolina
Car
Motorsports
after.
Park.
CMP is in South Carolina.
Yeah, I think that one, the big one. What Drift HQ has there.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah. They the big track and the kart track.
yeah, so we
Yeah.
were there, dude, and it's like drift week, 40 guys, you know, all lunatics. Like we just go out there and just do the dumbest thing, you know, because there's that skate park section. So you just like you sit out and you watch a couple of guys run, you know. So I'm like coming in to like one of the back sections, but you can see it, and you can see me just flying. I'm probably doing like 120 into like a backy, right? I'm like first when I pulls it off, you know, and everybody come back to the pits, and I'm just like, yo, that was gangster, you know. Like I'm thinking myself, if I'm in the car by myself, I'm like, yo, that was sick. So I come back in the pits and everybody's like, yo, people start jumping in the cars. They start jumping in the cars and it's like a one up, you know, I'm a one up you now. Dude, it was so sick because like I think I parked it after that. After that 120 back here, I was like, yep, that was sick. You know, because you gotta learn what to call it, right? It's like, ah, dude, that was good enough for me today. So I go sit down and I'm just chilling. And I see Surgeon in his M3, like
Supercharged,
eight supercharged,
badass.
bad hard. It sounds crazy. He's going down a straight, bro. And all I hear is just rolling gears. He was like, I think a fifth or sixth gear limiter, and it was like 141 or something like that. And he initiated, dude. I was like, bro, no. And after he did that, Bruce, the C5, he was going buck wild too. You know how he drives. Nuts,
Oh
dude.
my
They were,
god.
dude, they were doing some, I mean, I thought I was doing some gangster shit. And they come out there and just like another level, dude. So it's always like, I don't know. Drifting is like a progression of this. Let's do it. You know, let's do this, let's do that, you know.
Well, with the progression of positivity, there is always a downside. What's like one thing that you're seeing either here and there or consistently that you really wish you wouldn't want to see in the drifting community, whether it be locally or abroad?
I don't know. I think for me, since I've done this for so long, I see a lot of guys working more in the car than just driving. You know, I had a friend that recently just bought a BMW. He's like, "Oh, I like this." He get on a ride along with me. Never done, never do nothing about drifting. Goes on a ride with me. He's like, "Yo, this is sick. What kind of car should I buy?" And I'm like,
That's awesome.
"I was like E46, E36, or a Corvette or 350Z." He's like, "I like BMW." And I'm like, "Sick, get one." So then he gets one, drives it stock, and like puts angle on it, drives it with the motor hack. And I don't know BMW motors because there's so many, but he drives it and he's like, "Oh, this thing's slow." Like one event, dude, one event, too slow.
Mm,
And he's like, "I'm gonna put a V8 in it." I'm like, "Dude, why?" Like, you know. And I'm just like, at that point, just get a Corvette. But
yeah,
it's like
you're
that stuff like that, you know, since you've been through it so many times, and you see like people's like eyes get big, like I want to do this. I said, well, okay, we'll do it, but do it at a budget and just have fun. And if you do
And at
end
a
up,
progression, not
yeah,
and just
progression, make your shit look cool. Like that's number one. I don't care about power. Like slam your shit, make it look cool. Like
one color. Keep all your panels.
yeah, keep all your panels and painted one color, dude. That's all it is. And do wheels and just lower the shit out of it and just drive it like a gangster. Like that's what drifting for me is. You
Right.
know, I don't care about power. Like, and it's cool. I think for me, like one of the best things that happened to me and what got me better, dude, honestly, was like left foot braking in regular traffic. Try that shit. Because I would see like the pros like left foot braking all the time. I'm like, how do you how do you do this? Or why do you do this? So one day, like I work, an hour away from my house. I have a good commute every day. Good traffic, right? I got good on left foot braking in normal traffic. I'm like, all right, we'll see you. I'll stop breaking my neck every time I like
And
brake.
it's an automatic, right? This isn't a manual car.
Oh no, yeah, it's automatic car. So you just
Yeah,
press the shit.
that's the thing. You don't need to be driving your race car to
No.
practice racing techniques.
Oh, dude, I'm in traffic. I'll try to thwart somebody. I'm like, see how close I can get.
How
But like, they
close
have
can I get?
no,
Where's my proximity?
yeah, but like, they have no idea that I can just touch your door and not care, and you'll be crying because you're like, oh
God.
my, But I saw like I learned a lot like doing that, and just the sim game got better. I'm not on it as much as I should be, but like um, it taught me transition timing, which is what I wanted to get out of it, without crashing into somebody. So instead of doing it in real life and crashing into somebody, I learned how to do that.
So other than left foot braking in bumper to bumper traffic, what would you think is like another fundamental that if you're getting into this that you may want to be more aware about and that it could possibly help your progression to become a better driver?
Um, I would say focus on events, like attacking events. Go to events that matter to you. Doesn't have to be a million spectators. Just get your seat time, learn your car, um, setup, change setup. You buy all these crazy arms, all these coilovers, and don't touch a fucking knob or adjust one thing. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you know,
I
like, oh,
got wise fab. I'm okay now.
yeah, I'm wi-fi out of the box. He installed it, and now what? Like, it's got a million like Ackerman settings. The rear's got dynamic toe. Like, before you buy all this stuff, like, know what that stuff does. And
Right.
I've been there, dude. I bought arms, and I'm just like, sick. Like Chelsea, don't know if I runs that, so I'm gonna run that. But no idea on how to set it up. Coilovers, what's rebound, what does this do, what does that do, spring rates, how does it help? Side by like for the longest time I didn't know what side by or like forward by. I just go drive the damn thing. But if you
Well,
want
dude,
to
10 years ago, we literally had just install instructions on how to put it on. There were no min-max adjustments. There were no, general settings. There was no track evaluation. There was Megan coilovers, Godspeed arms, and ISIS stuff before they were a terrorist organization. Like, I mean, that was our life, and we just had to figure it out.
yeah,
Am I wrong?
nah, that was it, dude. Just go on forums and that looks cool, let's do that. But like the driving just sucks. Like I think I don't know. There's a lot of guys that suck back in the days, but the guys that did figure it out, look at them now, like they're doing things, you
That's
know.
the thing. I mean, like, how many people do you think? I mean, this is a hypothetical, but like, how many people from when we were like in the early 2010s probably could be in a whole other echelon of drifting if they just had a how to on the instructions, on the arms, and we understood Ackerman and we understood, lead tire versus trail tire scrub. And like you said, I mean, these are the
I
things
mean,
that
even like
levels.
threadwear, like different stuff,
Treadwear!
you know. So
Treadwear!
there's a lot of things that people don't even know about. Like this does that. I mean, 8 psi does this. Like, I mean, it's crazy. I have my fair share of different tires, you know. And if I wanted to go to a specific comp, I knew what to bring. I'm like, all right, who's gonna be there? I'm
Yeah.
gonna get some Valino R's, 285, and if my shit breaks, it breaks. But I'm trying to be the fast boy out there, you know.
Right.
So
I
it
mean, and I
just
hate to say, yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. What you gonna say?
No, no, I was saying I agree with you. I thought you had more to say. I apologize.
No, no, you're good. But yeah, it's like
Well,
just
with the
setup now.
285 conversation, I think even tire compound in the last 5 years has changed night and day. Kenda has gone to their blue label. They've understood some problems they had. Volino, don't get me wrong, is still a solid tried and true. I have to plug obviously my Zek Novas. They've done their thing, doing with that. But like when we were coming up, Achilles 123 Sports and AT2Rs and
Yeah, dude.
BF Goodrich KDW2s. You remember those bad boys?
I used to run Maxes.
Oh
That's
God,
what
what was it? The Dunlop DZ101
that's like Chris
Sports.
Foursquare ranks. That's what I wanted to
Yeah,
run.
this is a DZ101 Sports, circa 2008. It's like that. That was what I got. I got that on Hot Import Nights. That was when
Oh
I
my
got
god,
that.
yeah.
Dude, you want to talk
Garbage
about the
pack dude.
throwback of the throwback?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So no, I would run those because they were like, $60 or whatever. Now like I run the Zek Novas too because I just dude, right now they're the jam. Like, I don't care what the hell you're talking about. Price point is good. They last a long time, and honestly, they just give grip. Like the sidewall doesn't fold over, and that's why I like them right now. I just
Right.
you sell them, you do your thing with them, and I've been running them now for like I don't know, like, almost a year I think, and
Almost 2 years.
yeah, and they've just been
Yeah.
great. I'm like, God, this is good.
Yeah.
And I don't even try like a super sticky one. But I just a
The
two
300
sixty
treadwear is
five,
what you've been running. Yeah.
285s, like 300s. That's what I've been wearing right now,
Yeah.
and they've been great.
Luis talked a lot about this, about obviously like he is tire daddy when it comes to understanding tire compounds.
Yeah,
But from your perspective, because you went from an FD that was 2,200 pounds to a Corvette that I think you tabled it at what, like 3,400?
32 without me. So yeah, 34.
So, okay. Can you kind of give perspective on why tire width and sidewall matters when you're looking at
Yeah,
these major chassis weights
yeah. So
differences?
for me and a Corvette, right? Normally like the stuff that we do is 265, the comps and stuff that we do.
Right.
But when I'm running at 285, like a Signal at 285, it gives me a bigger footprint. Like you put them side by side like this against 265, you'll see like they're massive. They're massive, and you can do a lot with that. Heat dissipation, and they just don't get as hot. They last a little longer. You can air them down even more. Like I run them like, I said 10, 12, and they're totally fine, dude. And I air up and air them down, and just it depends who I'm driving with. If I'm just driving with killers, I'm airing down. I'm just driving fun with the boys. And I'm just trying to jam with stock Tiffany Z's and stuff like that. I'll air
Right.
up, and that's why I like the Corvette so much. Cause like you don't have to make it fast. I can loosen it up and jam with anybody. You know, and that's
Right.
why I love that car because it's just so good at everything. I think my next step probably next year. I just blew my motor, so I'm building another motor.
Mm.
Um, was to do a gambler this year, but it's got to get postponed till next year. I was on my way to LS Fest coming up, and that's been canceled now because the motor's not gonna be ready till next weekend. So,
I got a Corvette if you want to take it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
because like it's funny, guys. Because the problem is when you run a Corvette at a comp or wherever we go to now, and the car's done, ready to go. That's a $3,000 trip.
Easy. Easy.
So guys are like, "Yo, so what are you doing this weekend?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm going this and that." Oh shit, that's cool. I was like, "Yeah, but we're just, I'm blowing. Like, take $3,000. set it on fire. That's drifting.
Well, and dude, that's just like I would say a comp time. Dude, you want to talk about Hyperfest?
Oh,
Hyperfest is almost 2 mortgage payments for me.
dude, yeah. I mean, I rent an RV.
Yeah.
I rent a giant canopy so we can all party.
Yeah.
That's all me. Like that whole party of it. That's all me. Similar speed. Brian on the DJ.
Yeah.
Eggert sets us up.
Orion buys, I think, almost like close to $2,000 worth of food.
4,000.
Raw food. Raw food.
4,000.
No way. Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh my God. I know we've been dealing with this. This is we're an hour 45 into this, guys. But when we're talking about Hyperfest, we've talked about it with a couple of my other guests.
Mhm.
Danny talked about being part of the inception when it comes to the party. So I'll toot your horn for you because I mean, don't get me wrong, I've had my fair share of having to get escorted out of your parties. So I think I
It's
can
wild,
have
dude.
a
It gets wild. It gets real
so
wild.
you ever want to be able to be elbow to elbow with Adam LC, Jared Deanda, Ben Hobson, Larry Chen, Daijiro Yoshihara 2 years ago? I mean, you want to talk about the who's who of drifting, playing stump, beer pong, talking nonsense. Me and Matt Field talk shirtless this past year for 20 minutes about Corvette stuff at like 1:30 in the morning, and we were on the same page.
It's a Corvette
And
daddy, bro.
but it's easily 50 to 100 people at 1:30 in the morning listening to DJ music, eating food. I mean, it is the party that Hyperfest can't handle because
Like
it's
Andy.
it's the OG style, the
Yeah.
Summit Point style brought to VIR.
Yeah, and they allow us there. We try to be respectful because it gets loud. Like, and there's nights that I'm just like, Ryan,
Dude, it's 3:30 in the morning. We have
3:30
to
in the
turn it
morning,
down.
bro. People trying to sleep because after the race at 7 in the morning, dude, just shut it down, dude. But he
God,
don't care. He's like, we're gonna keep partying, dude. I don't care. But no, that's awesome. Like that party is just brought by Edgar, and we're the host of it, and we like to party, and like we said, like drift sumo speed and all that is like we are a drinking team that likes to drink. That was back in the days, though, not no more.
well, no, but now everybody has to like make sure they take their protein shakes and they stretch in the morning, and they're drinking enough water, and
Oh,
everyone's a
what?
family man.
Hell no, I'm drinking a beer and let's go.
Yeah, but hey, y'all still jam. Everybody still parties. And now it's second generation with Jacob Duncan. You got Kira in there, Zach's daughter driving, and I know you talked about maybe getting your boy behind the wheel and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Like,
that's
what
coming soon.
can you talk just a little bit about what it's like to be a father, to want to be able to mentor your son to get into a drift car, and how's that makes you feel?
No, it's funny because he's not that. When he was a baby, like little, like 1 year old, I got videos of him on my stripped down RX-7 on the dog block.
Okay.
Pop, pop, pop. He was making noises. It's on YouTube, like that. It's funny, but he's making rotary noises back in the day when he's 16 now. Homie's like almost six foot
Gee.
one, 6 foot. He's like taller than me, taller than mom, taller than everybody. And he's like nonchalant about it. He's like, that's cool. Like most
Man,
right? When I was growing up, when I was 16, dude,
man.
I was like, cars are like my life. Him is like he'll jump on a sin and he's like, yeah, I like it. So yeah, like I almost gotta take him out and go to the track and we're like, here's the keys, dude. Go rip. And I think he'll do it. So we're just trying to find out, that track that we can go to just open and be safe because a lot of tracks have walls around here and
Right.
we don't want to smash into things.
Well, and then obviously with insurance, with being 16, you got to make sure everything is there with the consent, and
Yeah.
it's still a lot of red tape,
Right.
understandably,
So you
but
want, yeah, no, if I want to do it, I'm gonna do it right. You know,
of course.
having safety and all that. So yeah, I would love for him to do it, but like I know how expensive it is, so that would mean I will have to stop drifting if we're not running 2 or 3 cars. Like I'm a one-man car, dude. Like, I see all these guys like, "Bro, I got, like, 6 cars and 2 of them work." I'm like, "What?" Yeah,
I
you
don't know who you're talking about right now, but I surely feel attacked.
I'm just saying, bro, like, have one good really good car that looks really good, cool, and that's it. That's
Shots
lame, dude.
fired.
I can't do multiple cars. I don't know how y'all do it. I just
Well,
find it
I
fire.
hate to say it. I don't have children, a woman. I have a dog that's currently passed out and requires the minimalist of attention, but she's still a woman, so she requires that
Yeah,
amount
but, like,
too.
now I'm getting older, dude. I hate working on cars. I just wanna
Yeah.
drive. You
Dude,
know what
like
I'm saying?
we're doing under dash work and you have to be upside down and you have to like just fall out of the car because you can't get back to
I
that reset position.
I had to change my master cylinder
Oh,
at Street League at US Truck inside of a caged Corvette. I was
yeah,
upside down.
I clowned you really hard for that. I'm not gonna lie.
I was upside down for like 45 minutes, bro. And then my wife was on her way and she was trying to call me, trying to call me. I couldn't pick up. I couldn't get out of the cage.
I'm upside down and I'm like, and I'm doing this
Yeah.
number.
And she gets there. I could see her and I was like, "Oh, you were mad." And she's like, "I see what you're doing now." I was like, "I'm upside down. My ribs hurt from the cage, from being upside down." Like, dude, it's terrible, bro. So I'm saying when Corvettes
God.
work, they're awesome.
Absolutely.
When they start giving you problems,
Absolutely.
you just want to set them on fire. But no, yeah,
Well,
my thing is to have one good car that works all the time and just do that.
I
Stop
will
trying.
say that is a fantastic piece of advice. I still think you have one more thing to say. So I like to end all of my interviews on a pinnacle moment. I am talk to me like I am about to do my first drift event ever. What is one thing that you could tell to a prospective drifter to inspire them and also make them aware of what they're getting into, but also make them want to be able to keep at it with this sport?
Man, I would say for any new drift that comes in, meet people, go out there. Everybody at a drift paddock is friendly. You just gotta come out there and just say hello, like, I like what you're doing. How do you do this? How do you do that? How can I better myself? Can you come watch me? Can you come ride along with me and teach me something? Because that first ride along with that Dan Summer was like what opened up Pandora's box for me for like drifting. I was like, one day I gotta be better than this dude. Like, you know. But it wasn't that. It was just like, how did he do that? Because he was doing things. And I still learn, like, I had rapper Dan show me a couple things. I'm like, that hyperfoot, slipping the clutch to slow down your wheel speed to gain momentum. And I was like, what did you just do? And he's like, oh, that's pro car shit. Like, dude, I laughed so hard because I knew what he was saying. But things like that, like even like us as seasoned drivers, like let somebody else drive your car, jump in with somebody else. I hate being a passenger because I'm just like, we're going a million miles an hour. It feels like way too fast on the passenger side, but like, um, take notes from what other drivers, what they're doing. How are you running that wall so high? Or ask that question, like, what's a good setup? What's your tire PSI? I asked guys before, like brand new guys, like, what's your tire PSI, man? He's like, I don't know. Like, I was like, bro, that matters. Like, I crashed before because I had one side was 55 and the other side was 25. And what the car do?
No.
Yeah, that was my first crash ever. And I hit the wall at Langley going like third gear jamming. And
And
the
it
car,
looped on the high pressure
oh yeah.
side.
As soon as I clutch
Mm.
kicked, the car looped and went backwards. And I slammed my head. And I was like, what just happened? And I went back and I checked. Suspension was good and it was tire pressure. So things like that, like get with somebody that has like the same chassis as you. 'Cause I have had guys come up to me like a Miata guy. I need some help with it. I'm like, bro, I don't know nothing about a Miata, but you have to drive it like through the floor, like But my buddy, my teammate, Brandon, he drove
Yeah.
it. He kept up with the Corvettes, like How do so there's people out
NA
there.
350Z with a good gear in the rear,
Yeah, he
and
keeps up
yeah,
with cars that are way faster than him because he knows how to drive. Like his setup is good. So for new guys, just don't be afraid to ask questions from people you see with the same car or not with the same car. Somebody that's killing it on track. And just go up there and don't be afraid. Because that's how you get better. I think. And then once you get that and meet people, you can tandem with people and ask. To tandem with guys and don't do the random tandem. I do it.
yeah, yeah. No stranger danger in the tandem line.
I'll get in trains that I shouldn't be in trains. I'm bored. I'm jumping.
Dude, I'll never forget, like, when I pulled up behind you at Langley, like, I don't know, like 3 years ago when I had the pink G when it was pink,
Yeah.
and you were in the Corvette first time, and you looked at the thing, it's like, and the guy even said, like, hey, the guy behind you wants to tell him, like, what's he driving? And like pink G35 is like, oh yeah, no, he's good. Let's go.
Yeah, dude. Because I don't want to dog on people, but I just if we're gonna be in a picture together, I want both of us to look good. You know?
Well, and not ball the cars up on the bank doing 80, top
Yeah,
a
dude.
third, and be what ta 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 ta, yeah,
Yeah. So I don't like the chase. I'll chase anybody. You know, because I don't care who it is. But somebody followed me. Like I need to know that that person knows what the hell they're doing.
yeah.
Because when I
Either you're gonna be close or don't hit me. One of the two. Yeah.
and I've done it before where it's like somebody that I didn't know behind me. I just turn the jets on, bro. Like I'm gone.
Create space.
Like you're not gonna have a chance.
Create space.
Yeah, I done it, but I feel bad too because I'm like, man, I should have done that.
Well, you'll
Well,
have those on those big jobs.
it happens on the 285 jobs, Like it happens, dude. So, but yeah,
God.
I'm getting older in age, and I still love this stuff. Like, you can't get me out of the seat. I told my doctor today, looking at my knee, I was like, bro, like, hurry up. What do we need to do here? He's like, well, I'm gonna give you a shot. I'm like, sick. When?
Cool.
I need to get
Can
back
I
at it.
drive this weekend?
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah. So I talked to I sent an email to Nick Swan about this. I was just like, bro, I can't push a clutch. That's how bad I hurt. It
No
barely stand. And I'm
Wow.
still out in the garage making fucking kiss.
I mean, the hustle never stops. If I can't drive, I work. And if
Yeah.
I'm done at work, then let's drive. And it's like, we'll go back to square
Yeah.
one of the interview and we're back to the balance, right?
Back to the balance. It's all about, that's it. You know how it is. It's balance. And sometimes that balance can go one way or the other. Like, oh, I'm over here too much, you know? Like, I'm going to too many events now. Like, I gotta stop that shit because the wife wants to go out to dinner or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
for me, that's all you have to do. You have to balance it out.
Yeah. I'll be
And
honest, like
also,
after 18 to 20 days of like either heavy car work balance with the regular job, and we're talking 7-day weeks, not 5-day weeks,
no, no, no.
or going to events and back on that. After 18 to 20 days, I need at least 2 full days of just not touching a car to get my brain and body back to be able to be a human
Yeah.
being again.
That's what, when I do something on my car, everything's ordered at once. I'm like, I'm doing all this and that's it, dude. Like, this all happened at the same time. Like, my motor, blew up
Mm-hmm.
a month ago at Streetly. Yeah, I was like, oh, let me get axles. Let me get this. And I'm doing everything at once. Motor mounts, everything, dude. Because in that car, like you said, it had, I think the odometer reads like 210 or 215 right now. So that's like, I don't know when that transmission is going to blow up or the rear end or
The bearings are gone and the axles
anything.
and the one thing that's gonna
Dude,
set
like
you
the
back,
motor mount
you
was like
know?
this. It was like, and I don't feel it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I got these gnarly 8-4-1 headers that just scream,
Mr.
Concept
Rotary in a
headers.
Corvette.
Yeah, dude, it's a Ferrari. My Rari. I love it, though, dude. It sounds so sick.
Corrari. God.
That's what I told you, from the beginning. I hate the way the 8 sound. And Concept, you know, 8-4-1 just came out with those, and I was like, "Oh, that's happening." I'm gonna
Yeah,
make
if you guys haven't heard it, definitely check out Danny's social media to be able to see that. And since we're at the tail end of everything, Danny, I want to give you a chance to shout out sponsors that take care of you or people that you just want to be able to give some recognition to. And how do we find you on social media?
All right, so yeah, you can find me at 945 Garage on Facebook, Instagram. YouTube is really lacking because I don't really make videos. I tried to, but I'm just like, whatever, not my thing. But yeah, so you can find me there. For sponsors, I like to thank Fortunato. I've been with Fortunato since the beginning, since the FD days, since before even they started. I was friends with Terry, the owner. So I know that whole group for a long time, and I still run their stuff. For me, it's the best stuff that's out there, custom to your car, and it works. Zach Novas, that's the tire I'm on, sponsored. I drive on them. I love them. You know, you can get them to Chris right here, Zignova US, and they're a great, great, great tire right now. I would hop on that for sure. Just Sumo Speed is our own team. JustSumoSpeed.com. We get our shirts, merch. That's where you can go and buy our stuff. We have a lot. The website has so much stuff that I tell Alex, I'm like, yo, chill, dude. Like, you're coming up with so much stuff. Like, it's tough to like push out, but it's there. And the locals that come out to see us, they wear our stuff, and it's awesome to see. So, who else? Who else we got? Grip Royal, Scott and Mike over there. You know, they hooked us up with our own custom wheels. The whole team's wearing them. You know, it's Sumo Speed's a large car club, and the Drift Sumo Speed guys, about 8 of us, and we all got the same wheels.
Right. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, it's dope, dude. It's dope to have like that small business, like to small business type, to work with each other. Um, the whole team's running on Kansai wheels is what we run from day one, just because it's one of those connections that we had too early with Chris Epek starting his company, and we're just like, hey, we want to support, and we ended up buying like I don't know 70 wheels or something, dude.
There's
It
a
was
couple on all y'all's cars.
Yeah, Chris. When we talked to Chris about it, and how many y'all need? I was like, me and Zach need like 40, and he's like, what, dude? So yeah, so we've been running them. Right now, I'm on my Stats boy right now. Went back to some weds, and I just want to try something new. They're terrible because they're like 300 pounds, and they're crazy hard to mount. It's terrible.
Oh,
So,
they look great, but they are completely
dude,
terrible drift
they're
wheels.
so terrible. They look cool, but
Yeah.
I'm just like, why did I do this? I remember,
Yeah.
well, I had this scar like right here. I don't even see it on camera, but a crowbar, the tire iron, like from changing a tire, same kind of
Oh,
wheel,
no.
came across and like chopped me. It was crazy. And I'm back,
Daniel.
yeah, and I'm back with the same wheel, dude. It's terrible. I'm like, oh, why am I doing this? But yeah, so there was a couple of sponsors that I like to run. 841 is one of the big ones because it makes my car just sound insane, and that's what
Yeah.
I like about that stuff. And Wise Fab is another one. They hooked me up with a little discount, and honestly, the support from like Wow is great. So that's one guy I like to plug because anytime I need something, I'm like, dude, what's Ackerman like? Teach me, it's like don't be afraid to ask that question. Like I don't know this shit. Like tell me, like what does this do? I got it. Just like anybody, any idiot that buys suspension without knowing stuff. Like how does this work now? Tell me. So
Like Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Netherlands.
yeah, but exactly. Yeah. And I got a couple of products that I support. FDF, I got their seat mounts, and OG Racing is another one for our safety stuff, like the seats, and
Absolutely.
I mean it's great stuff. So, but yeah, that's all I got. And my own company, 945garage.com. Without that guy, I can't do any of this. So
Yeah, thanks for that guy for making all my kits and everything so I can afford to go drifting.
I can
Oh
just
wait, it's the
I can just
same
throw
human
myself.
being.
I just need to throw myself. Like if I just have one person like me, I'll take over the world, dude.
There's no amount of money I wouldn't pay to make that happen. I don't think you understand.
Yeah.
I think you actually do understand, and it's just, yeah. I could
See,
give
my
one
goals high.
kidney, one testicle, one lung, and I can
Yeah,
still live.
I
And
have
yeah,
I have crazy goals in my head. Like soon.
soon and very soon is the key. I don't think anyone is more excited to see them happen other than me because again, we've been growing and our friendship has grown a lot more over the years. And I know we've been homies before, but I really appreciate you kind of building more with me and allowing me to be part of your program with the 945 stuff and the C5 fenders and all that kind of thing. But I want to be able to thank you for coming on and talking more about the OG side of things, allowing people to understand that even at the OG age, you can still be a ripper. You can still have something to add to the young bucks to be able to come in and have something like that. So, hey man, I'm so pumped to be able to drive with you on track. Let's get some doors in the next time
Yeah,
I see
can't
you.
wait.
And yeah, brother, thanks again for being on. I am Chris DeBoard. You can find me at Debo the Comic on Instagram, Chris DeBoard on Facebook, and we are the Dirt Drop on YouTube. Also, check us out, the Dirt Drop on Facebook and Instagram for reels and show links to be able to see some special content that you can be able to get links to on our other shows. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, thank you, Daniel, Domenech, Mr. 945 Garage. Let's party hardy. We will see you on the next Dirt Drop.
Thanks, dog.
And we're done.
That was good.
Uh,